Hi guys, this is my Thanksgiving makeup tutorial. I was in the mood for like a Thanksgiving makeup since it is next week. As you can tell, I did get a new background. Well, it's not a new background. I just moved upstairs into my living room because um, it's really pretty out. Like the sunlight is really pretty and my lighting is a little bit better and I don't look like I'm in a dungeon because usually I do film down in the basement because that's where my bedroom is. So if you notice that I do have a new background, you're not going crazy. It really did happen. If you guys want to learn how to get this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start out using my Wet n Wild Fergie primer, and I'm just putting this all over the lid to prevent creasing, if I could talk today. And I'm going to be going in with a transition shade, as always, from my Morphe palette, and it has more of an orangey tone to it because I wanted my eyes to be a little orange toned and warm today since it's a Thanksgiving look. So I am also going to be going in with a darker orangey tone, and I'm just putting that a little bit more into the crease because the other one was kind of blown out and all over the place. So this one is going more in depth. And the next shade I'm going to be using is a darker brown, and it has also another orangey undertone to it. And I'm just using the same brush, and I'm going to be putting that in the crease as well. Then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, and I'm going to be using a mixture of those two browns that I just pointed to. And I'm just putting that again more in depth into my crease. And I start out from going all over the place to in depth into the crease, if you haven't noticed already. And then I go from bigger brushes to smaller ones as I'm going into the crease a little bit more, if that makes sense. Then I'm just going to go back with my big brush and I'm going to be blending that out, and then once again using the smaller brush I'm going to be going into the darkest brown in my Morphe palette, and again that is going to be into my crease. And I don't want to bring this up super high because it's going to make me look tired, and I want to be looking wide awake and nice and fresh. Using my metallic eyeshadow by Hard Candy as always because this is going to serve as a base, and usually I bring the color up really high onto my lid where there's no color, but I'm just keeping it down a little bit closer to my lash line than usual, just because whenever I go in with these two golden shades right there, I just want to be able to blend it out a little bit better. So I'm using my No Name pink brush and I'm patting that all over the lid, and then once I get up to the darker shadows I'm just patting in small circular motions to blend it in with the darker shades. Now I'm just going to go back in with the brush that I used the darker brown on, and I'm going to be blending that out. And I already used my Hard Candy primer, and then I'm going to go in with my foundation, and this is my Truly Lasting color by Almay. And I think it's the second to lightest shade because I'm really white right now. So I'm just using one of my Dresslink brushes, and I'm being sure to blend it out everywhere, but whenever I am putting the foundation on, I am being sure to press it into my skin just to put it into the pores so there's no lines or anything. Now I'm using my new Fit Me concealer, and this is the lightest shade. I'm pretty sure it might be the second lightest, but I'm putting that underneath my eyes, on my nose, on my cupid's bow, and on the tip of my chin. Then I'm blending that out with a damp beauty blender, just because since it's so cold outside, my skin is very dry, and this is going to add, it just feels really good on my dry skin, and it moisturizes a little bit as we're going. So I'm just blending that out everywhere. And then you don't want to wipe when you're doing this because it's going to wipe all of the makeup off since it is wet, so just press it into the skin. And I'm just going to set everything with my Covergirl pressed powder, and I do that underneath my eyes as well. I just go in with a smaller brush. Since I'm so white, this powder is light enough to set that powder underneath the eyes. So for my contour, I've been using an eyeshadow from my Morphe palette just because the other ones are a little bit too orangey toned for me. So I'm just using one of the brown shadows from my Morphe palette in a smaller brush, and I'm putting that all over my face, on my cheekbones, well underneath my cheekbones to contour, and then I'm putting that also on my hairline to add some warmth to my face and some more definition. You can already tell I look a little bit more alive and I don't look like a ghost because of my pale white skin. So I'm using the same color to contour my nose, and I'm rubbing it out with my fingers, and then I'm going back over with my beauty blender just so there's no harsh lines. And then using my blush palette from Cosmetics, I'm using the orangey coral shade, and I'm just patting that on my cheeks. This color is a little bit sparkly, so if you want it all matte, then just choose another option. But since I'm not using a highlighter, I'm just going to use the shimmer blush, and it's going to look like I have like a glow from within, which is nice. So for my eyebrows, I'm going to be using my Maybelline. It's just an eyebrow pencil in the color blonde. I don't do them very dramatic, I just fill them in just to make them look a little bit darker and a little bit more full, because I do have some hair missing in some spots and they do look crazy. But so they look halfway decent now, so we're done with the brows. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to be using a small angle brush from Cosmetics, and this is going to go on the further outer corner, and this is the darkest brown that I use for my Morphe palette. And before I do that, I'm just going to go back in and blend out my eyeshadow on the top, because whenever I did my foundation, it took away a little bit of the color. So I'm just adding that on the lower lash line. And then after this, I'm going to use my metallic eyeshadow again, and I'm going to be using a small brush, and I'm just dabbing that on the tip of the applicator, and I'm going to be applying that wherever I want the golden color, just so it stands out a little bit more. So I'm going to apply this where I want the golden color, and you don't really have to blend it in with the dark brown right now, because whenever you go back in, you're going to blend the colors out after this step. So where I just put that metallic eyeshadow, I'm going to use my Cosmetics, those two golden shades that I use on my lid, and then I'm going to go back in with, it's a smaller brush, it's a little bit smaller than the No Name brush that I use. So this is a smaller No Name brush, and I'm just going to be using a mixture of all the lighter shades that I used on my lid, like the transition shades before I went into the dark, just to blend everything out. And then I'm going to go back in and darken it up and blend it out until I like how it looks. And then as I'm doing this, I'm blending it over into the golden shades just a little bit, just to keep everything seamless and blended out. For my brow bone highlight and also my inner corner highlight, I'm using my Cosmetics palette and the lightest white shade. It's like a frosty white, and I'm going to be very light-handed with this just because I don't want it to be a stark white highlight. So I'm just going to tap it a little bit on my brow bone, and then for the inner corner highlight, I'm going to be a little bit more heavy-handed just because I like my inner corner to be very highlighted. So I'm going to be doing this with a tapered brush. This is my favorite way to highlight, just because it's small and it's easy to get into the little corners. So I couldn't find my Covergirl liner, so that's what I was doing that for, but I finally found it, and I'm tight lining with this, and then I'm going to be doing my liquid liner with a big wing, and it's a little bit thicker than usual, so I went ahead and did that, and it took me forever, so that's why I sped up the video really fast, because I couldn't get it how I liked it, and the other one was a little bit bigger than the other one, that whole process where you have to keep adding more to the other eye so it matched. So for my waterline, I'm going to be using, it's the Scandalized by Rimmel, I'm pretty sure, and it's in the color Nude, and it's just like a skin colored eyeliner. I really like this. I used to just use black, but I'm starting to grow into this and grab this eyeliner more. So I am lining my waterline with that as well. And for my mascara, this is my first time using that Butterfly Influenza mascara, and so far I really like it, but I'm going to do a review on it after I use it a couple more times. But today it did work very well, and it is very black. So in this video, I don't put any glue on my false eyelashes. I just go ahead and take them and lay them on top. So if they look like they're not on all the way, that's why. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like with them on. So oh wait, I guess I'm going to be doing my lipstick first. So I'm using a nude lipstick by Maybelline, and then I'm going to be going over top with the nude lip gloss by Gerard Cosmetics, Color Your Smile. So after this, then I'm going to be doing my lashes, and then you can see what it looks like with them on. Okay, guys, so this is the final result. I did take my fake eyelashes off because I'm trying out the new Butterfly Influenza mascara, and I just wanted to see if I liked it and if it made my eyelashes look longer. And so far, I do like it, but I will do a review on it after I've used it a couple of times because using it once is not good enough to do a review on something. So if you like this video and you learned something new, hit the like button down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that to stay updated for whenever I upload new videos because it will update you or send you a message or something whenever I have a new video. So if you like my videos and you want to watch more videos, then go ahead and subscribe. So I hope you guys have a good weekend or Thanksgiving or whatever it is, and stay warm if it's snowing where you're at, because where I'm at it's freaking cold and it's snowy outside. So yeah, thank you so much, and please keep on watching. Bye. Okay, so I just have to add that whenever I was recording my video, I got like my phone rang and it was from Twitter, and Time the Infamous freaking retweeted me, and that just made my life. So yeah, I just had to tell you guys because that is so like awesome. So yeah, now I'm going to end the video so you guys can stop listening to me because I'm probably annoying. So yeah, bye.